What is going on, guys? It is a fine, super fine day here in Southwest PA. And what is that? Is that a high school? What is that? It's not that track, is it? That's not a racetrack, is it? Is that a racetrack? That is a racetrack. What is that? It's some kind of racetrack. I know there's a track somewhere relatively close to me. I wonder if that's it. But in today's episode, what I would like to do is oh, this is 30. Well, I don't want to go on 30 because the whole topic of the video was how to ride in areas that you've never rode in before. So that's what we're going to do. That's what today's topic is. Today's topic is how to ride your bike. Thank you. How to ride your bike in areas that you've never been on before. And it might kind of sound stupid, but if you are a new rider, you can learn from other people's mistakes by, at least entertaining these thoughts, maybe just kind of explore yourself or whatever. But that's the thing about a motorcycle. Whenever you get on a motorcycle, when you buy your bike, you are a lot more prone or enchanted to go on to a road that you've never been on, because being on a bike is kind of like walking or running. You're just doing it a lot faster, but you're still out in the open. And because of that, you'd be like, I've never been to Pine Springs Camp. And then you go on that road, or you go on this road, and that's great. You don't really do that in a car as much, but you will do that on a bike. Now the thing is, you got to really know what's going on with the bike, and you got to really know what's going on with the road. That's why my first tip for riding on a road that you've never been on is just kind of take it easy at first, because you really don't know the layout of the road. Another thing real quick, I'm going to get back to that first topic. I should have started with this topic, but the big thing to do is to really pay attention to your signs. None of this throttle therapy, just driving around not really paying attention. We got a left-hand turn, 40 mile an hour posted speed limit. Right up here, we have a fun little squiggle slowing down at 30 mile an hour. I've never been on this road before. How am I supposed to know how the road behaves if I'm not paying attention to the road? And as a new rider, you are more prone. A chevron is a sharp turn, right? But knowing the road condition is really important or road layout rather, for a new rider, because you are a new rider and you might not be as good with your progressive braking, your emergency braking, your swerves, just general correcting a screw up, right? Like if I'm coming in this turn and I wasn't paying out, fuck that sign, I better know how to downshift, brake, get over, just get myself ready for that bike, or stand the bike up and progressively brake. There's nobody behind me, so I was allowed to do that. You know what I'm trying to say? We got an intersection, we have a turn come up. Just these things you really do got to pay attention to. And I understand this isn't anything new. You're probably like, well, this is stupid. I'm like and share on your way out. But if you're ending the video here, whatever, I get it. But for new riders, it really is important to do that. The second thing is to slow down, which was the first thing I said. Just take it easy. You don't know the road condition. We can find out the road layout because of signs. Here we have a steep road. It's telling me to have a 10% grade for half a mile. We have another sign letting you know it's going twisty at 40 mile an hour. So I know for 10 miles, 10% in grade, or half a mile, 10% in grade, 40 mile an hour. I'm like, okay, I should probably slow it down or whatever. But that tells me the layout of the road. That's not telling me the condition of the road. That's not telling me about a big storm that blew through here that caused a lot of runoff with gravel. That's not telling me about stick or a turkey in the middle of the road. It's not telling me about crazy potholes or that one turn that gets everybody. It doesn't tell you that stuff. I've been on so many roads where I've been driving and then I'm running through craters, man. I don't know where you live in Southwest PA and the Northeast in general. You have a lot of potholes because you have a lot of freeze-thaw action, right? So that's why we have potholes here. And again, if you are going too fast on a road you've never been, you can put yourself in a very dangerous situation. Now, if it's a road that you've been on multiple times, you can pretty much figure things out, right? It's like, oh, hey, I know this one turn, or hey, this one road sucks halfway through. It's got this big boulder in the middle of it. Whatever, I get that. But like your first run, like I've never been on this road before. Like honestly, I've never been on this road before. I don't know the layout of the road. I don't know anything about it. I'm riding at my comfort, right? The speed that I'm running at right now, right, 56 mile an hour. If I need to, I have no problem getting on my brakes, getting on the bike to correct the situation at 50 whatever mile an hour. You know, I wouldn't feel comfortable about flying down this road at 70 or 80, but 60, 50, I'm fine with it. It doesn't bother me. Just make sure that you're not riding too fast for your skill set, right? That's the last thing you want to do, is ride faster than your skill set. Let's see, anything else for riding on a new road? The big thing is, really, it kind of goes on with the other things, is to pay a little bit more attention. I get it. You're on a road you've never been on. There are so many things to look at. There are murder geese over there. There's turkey back over there. Ponds and outlooks and, you know, just pretty scenery. It's very easy to get distracted. It is easy to get distracted. So just kind of hone in a little bit more. You can always come back to this road most of the time, you know, unless you're like really putting yourself out there doing like a cross-country trip or something like that. Generally, you can come back to the road. Oh, it smells like fresh cut grass and clover. Oh, what a pretty area. I wonder where I'm at. There's a lake over there. What's this mean? Does that mean a railroad? Is that a railroad thing? Or does that mean the road is intersecting this? I can't remember, but we got a Chevron sign, and I know that I'm expecting both of them. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to get set up. Nice, comfortable turn. Yeah, I don't know what that Chevron was for. Or not the Chevron, that other road or whatever. But let's see, any other tips? I guess if you're in an area where you're like out west, really pay attention to your gas and maybe kind of track your gas mileage, either with like GPS or something like that. I would definitely do that whenever I start going on bigger trips like that. A phone with GPS is a very nice tool to have on a road you've never been on, because you get an idea of what's coming up. Like sometimes, dude, I've been on roads that needed a Chevron and did not have a Chevron, and vice versa. And it's nice to be on a road or have a system where you're, okay, like you kind of expect it and all that stuff. So, you know, that's just kind of my real takes about riding on a new road. It's fun, man. Like I said, when you get on a motorcycle, you are more prone and enchanted, enticed, whatever, to explore the road, to be on something that you've never been on. So paying attention to this intersection coming up at Thomas Mills is something to something to pay attention about, you know what I mean? Because you don't want to wreck your bike, man. I don't want to see you wreck your bike. You don't want to see you wreck your bike. Your girlfriend that told you, I told you this was going to happen, isn't going to get, you know, all up on you. Wow, it's a pretty house. It's a pretty everything. See what I mean? Like, it's so easy to get distracted, but I'm just saying, you know, understand what you're doing. If there are any other tips that you would give new riders, please let me know in the comments, and check the comments yourself to see if anybody has any tips, because I'll be honest with you, while some of these tips can be universal, there probably are other tips that I don't even know about because I don't need them, because I don't live in that area. For example, like I just said about the running out of gas, I really don't have to ever worry about running out of gas where I live, unless I really go out there in the boonies, which does happen. But you know, Pennsylvania, when you start getting out into the boonies, you really start to get into like just like gravel road and things like that, and it's just not really fun for me to ride that on this bike I have, which is not my cup of tea, because I don't want to, you know, drop it. I just don't want to ride that if I really don't have to. But you know, if there is something that you know of, like maybe you live out west, you live in Utah, you live, you know, Montana, maybe there is something that you can, you know, you can tell other riders. You know, wildlife is a big thing too. Pay attention to the time of day you're riding, in general, but you know, especially if you're riding a mountain road on a road you've never been on, and it's starting to get dusk, and you know the deer are coming out, or you know wildlife is going to start coming out. Just something to be aware of. If you have big storms and stuff like that, out west they are a little bit more prone to flooding, as far as like runoff of sand. They got like a lot of sand out there, whereas here I do not. There's like sand and dirt, but there's not like sandy substrate like some other places. So yeah, just help each other out. Like I said, if you know something I don't know or something I didn't mention, put it in the comments, man. And if you are a new rider, go ahead and check the comments. I want you guys to help each other out, because I don't know everything, nor do I claim to know everything. That's just ignorant thinking to begin with. But yeah, let's have a good season, guys, and not get any tickets. If you've seen the episode before here, I was doing 100 and almost got a ticket. Well, he just did. I don't even want to think about that situation. Whatever it is, he didn't pull me over. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate all your time, which is a little grommy grom. I do appreciate your time. If you did enjoy this, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And again, if you want to see me go on another trip or whatever, let me know where you'd like to see me go, or anything like that. So